Right now, I want to talk about cleaning your oven and answer some questions that I've recently got. So I do have complete tutorials on how to clean your oven. I will link to those. I've got two products that I've used to clean my oven, the pink stuff here or Easy Off. So a question that I want to answer is, can you or should you remove the heating coils to clean your oven? So this is a oven that I have and the heating coil is on the top here. So technically I could remove this. It's got two screws back here, which I would need a wrench or something, a tool to remove those. So that's kind of hard. And then it's got two screws up here, and then I could go ahead and dismount that and pull it out. So that would be easy enough. But typically the ovens that I've worked on, they have the heating element on the bottom. In that case, it's really just two screws in the back. You could unscrew those and technically pull that heating element out, but I don't think that's necessary when you're cleaning your oven. And there's a couple issues with that. So first of all, you're accessing the electrical behind there. So the wires for the oven are connected directly to that heating coil on the back end, right? So you've got a voltage, so you've got a circuit, right? So of course you want to disconnect the oven, so you want to remove power from it, or you want to hit the circuit breaker and make sure there's no power to the oven, right? Because it can be dangerous. Ovens work on 240. So your house, traditionally here in the United States, you have 120 volt circuits, which is your traditional outlet. But on the ovens, it takes two of those, so you have 240 volts, and that is something you do not want to mess with. It can be really dangerous and it can really injure you. That's a lot of electricity. So there's that aspect to it, right? It's kind of dangerous, so you want to make sure that everything's disconnected. But once you pull that plate off, you get those screws out and you pull that element out away from the back of the oven, you're going to have to disconnect those wires from the heating coil, and you don't know what that connection is going to be. It could be as simple as a push to connect, but it could be another screw, or it could be another connection that you don't have the tool to disconnect. So it could be a lot more challenging and a bigger step than you're kind of trying to get into. Now, it's one thing if your oven's broken and you need to replace that coil, then yeah, you're going to want to do that. I would recommend disconnecting it, taking it completely out of the wall, unplugging your oven, pulling it away from the wall, and making sure that there's absolutely no electricity going to it before you replace the heating coil. But today we're talking about cleaning the oven. So I've done it with two of these products, and I do have complete tutorials. I will link them, you can check them out. So the Easy Off, and the whole reason this came up is because you do not want to get this Easy Off on these heating coils when you spray it on. So these are different metals. So this metal here on the inside of the oven is okay for this to get on, but these heating coils are different metal, and this could actually break that down and it could damage the oven, the heating element. So you don't want to let this get on those elements when you're spraying it on. But I like both of these products and they work really well. So just be careful when you're using this product. If you need to, go ahead and cover your heating elements. Of course, make sure everything's off and cooled down, but cover them, hold a towel up or something while you're spraying. So just be careful not to get your cleaner on those heating coils when you're spraying down your oven. But the other thing that you could use is this. So this is a non-chemical cleaner. It doesn't work the same, right? So you spray this on and it actually breaks down all of that crud. This is more of a paste that has some abrasive in it, so it's kind of sandy. And you just apply it directly to what you're cleaning. So it's a paste, you would scoop it out, put it on your magic eraser or your Brillo pad, whatever you're cleaning the oven with, and you just rub it on. And that way you can really control more what this gets on. And then even if a little of this does get onto the heating coils, it's not going to damage it because it's not the same, right? So this is a totally different product and it doesn't break down metals and stuff like this one can. It's a chemical, so it actually breaks down that grease and grime. So you've got a couple different options there, so hopefully that helps. In my opinion, I would not remove the heating coil. I think it's kind of an unnecessary step. Just be careful if you're using this cleaner. And honestly, I like them both. I really don't have a preference. It's just on what the flavor of the week is, how I feel. I think this one is kind of gonna do a better job if you got a really, really, really dirty oven and you need to let it soak. So spray it down, let it soak. But then for general maintenance and touch-ups, I think this is a really great product. And even if not, if you don't want to use a harsher chemical like this, then just start with this one and use this one. So hopefully that kind of helps answer that question. I think it's overkill to go ahead and remove that heating coil. I wouldn't want to mess with it. because it could just cause some other issues. And all we're trying to do is clean the oven. And remember, we cook, the oven's gonna get dirty. It doesn't have to be perfect. Of course, you want it to be really clean, but if there's still a few spots here and there, don't worry about it too much. So check out these videos next if you want to see how to clean those ovens. Again, my name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.